What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I hope you are having a fantastic night or day, whenever you may be watching this. But today, or tonight, we are going to be covering you in so much love and good vibes. I will be posting this on or around Valentine's Day, but I hope that you can also watch this anytime you want. Just whenever you need a little reminder that you are loved and worthy of love. And you should never doubt that. So like I said, we're going to be covering you in all kinds of warm, tender, good vibes tonight. And I want to start off by wrapping you up in a sweet, soft, pink blanket. This is a blanket that belonged to my mama, my grandma, and it's so soft and sweet, and I just wanted to wrap this around you. I hope that it makes you comfortable and warm, but I think it's also just a good reminder, have something wrapped around you, sort of like a good reminder that, you deserve hugs, you deserve that wonderful human touch, you deserve to be close to others. And again, just a little physical representation during the video tonight to remind you of all of that. So, if it's all right with you, may I wrap this around you? Wonderful. So just sit still, and I'll drape this around your shoulders. Hope that feels nice and warm, comfortable. Like I said, this belonged to my mama, who I know loved me very much. And I think that's also a good thing to just mention, is that when we're talking about love, again, I'm going to post this around Valentine's Day, which is typically associated with romantic love, with your sweetheart, your significant other, whoever that may be. But this can be any type of love that we're working with today. Whether that's from your mama or your papa, as I called them, your parents, your siblings, your friends, your pet. Goodness knows. I don't think that I could possibly get more love from anyone than I do from my little dog. It could be your significant other. It could be your love for yourself. That's what my other Valentine's Day video was all about, is making sure you remember to love yourself. It could be the love you put into anyone and anything, and that you deserve back. You deserve put back towards you. So, just remember that as we go through all of our lovely little steps tonight. I just want you to be calm and relaxed. peace. And I'm going to start off by brushing off your lovely face using, I apologize if anyone's getting sick of this, but I just love this brush so much. I used it in my other Valentine's Day video. But I just want to brush your face off. Make sure it's nice and clean. Now, before we move on to the other steps, just brush it off and make sure we have a beautiful canvas to work on. And also brush away any negativity you're holding on to right now, to make sure that doesn't interfere with the thoughts of love. We're going to wash over you. Okay, so if it's all right with you, I'm just going to use this to give your face some gentle sweeps. I hope it feels good too. All right? So just brush up and away. Again, anything bad, brush away all of those thoughts you have. Maybe anything, any doubts about how much you are loved, how much someone loves you. I know for me, I get those intrusive thoughts that just needlessly pop in my head, often questioning like, oh gosh, who could possibly love me? I know I'm so annoying. Whether I'm actually annoying to someone or not. I know I definitely do things that I think can make me quite difficult to like some of the time for people who, have known me long enough to say that they love me. And it does make me question, how much I'm deserving of, or what someone actually feels. And if you have those kind of thoughts, I just want you, again, to let me brush those away. Because that's all they are thoughts and doubts, and they're not real. If you ever question not just the extent that someone might love you, or whether they love you, I think a lot of times we can question whether we're worthy of love at all, or whether we'll find it. And I can tell you right now, the chances are that you definitely have found it, whether you realize it or not. Again, love doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be, with the family you were born into. It doesn't have to be anything that, we are able to easily put into words, or that we see on the screen or read about in stories. Love can come from anywhere and anyone. And I think that, again, if you stop and just let all of those doubts wash away, you might be able to realize ways that those love you that you didn't even realize before. or even ways that you've shown love to others that you didn't realize before. Just let all of that go. And remember, too, when you have doubts on if someone loves you, remember we all have different love languages. It can be really hard, but some people are just really uncomfortable with expressing how they feel via words. And it can feel hurtful if we don't hear someone say, I love you back, or say it back as much as, we might express it towards them. But what other things might they do for you that show that they love you? Everyone is very different, and I think that it's important for all of us to learn to be comfortable to tell people that we love them. That's something I'm always afraid I might regret, is not telling people I love that I love them enough. And I think there's a quote about that. I can't remember what it is or who said it. But until everyone does find that comfort or realizes that that is something that's important to just hear that said, I think it's important to remember that doesn't mean they don't love you. What other things do they do to show that they love you? I think simply giving you their time can often be a sign that someone loves you. Maybe they aren't comfortable saying I love you, but do they hug you? Do they kiss you? Do they simply enjoy being in your company? I think that we all should have, definitely don't compromise whatever standards you have in terms of being respected, and being shown dignity and worth. But have a little bit more faith in people too. I think that if we can assume the best in others, unless they give us genuine reason not to, it's important to give others the benefit of the doubt. And, believe that they are well-intentioned. All right, again. I think we've almost swept all of those negative doubts, negative thoughts away, so that there's room for nothing left but love and sweet vibes and goodness. Happy thoughts. Don't want to get this to get too throttlingly sweet. But that is kind of the point as well, I guess. But let me just give you a few final brushes up here. Sweep everything away. All right. now I have, no surprise, a sweet little Moda brush. Of course, it's a Moda brush, but I just have one that I'm going to use. Not going to be using a whole set tonight. And it's this teeny tiny little brush. Very good for doing some, accurate tracing and pinpointing exactly where we want to touch on tonight. I'm going to use this little brush to just gently paint all across your face. Little hearts. Just like so. And there'll be all different kinds of hearts. I might do a quick little missy heart like you might draw in while you're doodling in a notebook. Maybe a fancy curvy heart. All kinds. Because again, tonight we are working with all kinds of love. So I think it's accurate that we have different hearts for all of those different types of love that you can experience and that you are deserving of. So, again, just relax and enjoy the ticklish feeling of getting your sweet cheeks and the rest of your face brushed. And I'll start right here. Just like that. And as I'm brushing these hearts all along your face, I just want you to imagine that I am marking the points where we want you to open up. Or, sorry, let me think of how to say this so it doesn't sound weird. But we're basically creating like a map along your face where we are going to let all of the love shine in. I think that's better. All of those points where you're going to let that sweetness inside and wash over you and fill you up. Again, I apologize if some of the language I'm using sounds a little strange. But I hope you'll just let the imagery I'm trying to describe for you, just sort of accept it, even if it's a little strange or weird or fanciful and a little whimsical, Again, I think that sort of fancifulness is appropriate when we're dealing with the topic of love. And if you don't want to think about all of the things I'm saying, I hope that this is at least relaxing. Just having me trace sweet little hearts onto your equally sweet face. And even if you don't care about the things I'm saying tonight in this video, and you just want these triggers, know that you're still very, very loved and worthy of love. And if you don't listen to anything else I say, just listen to this. You are so loved. all of these gorgeous hearts marked onto your face, where we are going to let all of the love shine in. And just for some deeper, I was going to say deeper cuts, and that's not the right word, but we want to just make sure some of these markings are especially strong and stand out. And I'm going to use this end to just sort of really highlight those hearts that I've already traced onto you. Okay. Lovely. Alright, so now we have you covered in these gorgeous markings. These gorgeous markings of love. And now I'm going to pull out a little pen light. And I'm going to shine it all over your face. And as I do that, I want you to imagine that I'm shining in, or beaming in, I guess, more like beaming in all of that love you deserve, and that I want you to open up to and let yourself receive. Again, it can be any love from anyone or anything. But any time that you've doubted someone loved you, or that you deserve to be loved, I want you to think about that time. And use this as the opportunity to accept that love that you deserve, and that you do, in fact, receive, whether you realize it or not. So, I'm going to turn on the light. It's a nice little blue, cool light. And again, just shine it over all of these markings, all of these sweet hearts that we've brushed over your face. And as we beam in all of this love that you deserve, I just want you to imagine those hearts, those symbols. Just imagine them glowing. If you're a Sailor Moon fan, think about how their different sailor symbols, like the moon or the different planet symbols, sort of shine on their heads. I think when they're transforming and they glow, just something like that. Imagine these gorgeous symbols glowing on your face as they light up and are filled with love. Maybe there's a slight tingling, a ticklish feel, and a very gentle heat as they glow with all of this love that you deserve. All of the different kinds of love, too. Maybe they're glowing this lovely blue, cool light, the color of this light. Or maybe they're all different colors. Maybe they're all different kinds of love, just warming you up creating a tender, sweet sensation all over you as you open yourself up to this lovely feeling. I'm doing some figure eights here, or I guess like the infinity symbol, just to remind you too that this love you're deserving of, it doesn't end. No one ever just stops loving someone, or that love, even if it's love that you received years ago, it never goes away. It's always there with you, and it will always be with you. And again, that's something I know is so hard to remember sometimes when you feel lonely or like everything's going wrong, like maybe you don't have anyone to turn to for any certain thing, but that love is always there. And just remember that love that you have experienced and that you will experience again. Even if it feels like there is nothing like that wonderful sensation at the moment. Alright. Again, all of those beautiful hearts, those beautiful symbols of love on your face are now glowing. The loveliest of colors. And just to make sure all of that love stays with you, and that you take it all in, I'm going to use a little tool here. It's a nice little Amethyst face roller, which I feel like you don't see very often. I know it would be more appropriate to use rose quartz for all of you people into crystals, since that's like a good heart chakra crystal. Good for love, I think. But I don't have rose quartz face roller. But I do have this lovely purple amethyst, and I'm going to use it just to gently glide over your face and those glowing symbols of love, just to make sure they seep in and really fill you up. Alright, so it'll feel nice and cool again as we were shining that love onto the symbols and into you. There should have been a very gentle, soft heat traced into each of those symbols, and now this will cool that down as they gently sink into you. Okay? So first, I'm going to go over with this big side, just do broad strokes, and then if there's anything left over, maybe some symbols, some love that needs a little extra help, I'll go over with this little one. just for some fine tuning, I guess. Make sure we get every single mark. All right? Okay, let's go. And as we smooth everything out, just glide this over your skin. I want you to imagine these markings really just absorbing. Isn't the prettiest of words, but imagine like if you were to put your fingerprints, press your fingerprints into a foam pillow, and how they would leave a mark and then just gently soak into the pillow as it regains its shape. Just imagine these hearts sweetly sinking into you, into your soft, plush skin. Again, maybe you feel a tender little tickle as they sink in, and that beautiful glow fades as it becomes part of you. And that love becomes part of you. And one by one, those sweet hearts, those shapes that we drew, begin to fade. And your skin turns back to its lovely natural color. Whether it's a light, soft, peachy color, or even a paler color, to a dark, deep, rich shade, or somewhere in between. Your skin starts to look the same, and the hearts aren't there anymore, but they are. In the same way that it can sometimes feel like the love is gone, or that we don't feel love anymore. It's not. They're still there. Because you've let all of that love in. That you previously denied you deserved, or maybe rejected. It's all with you now. And I hope, as I smooth out all of those markings, but this also makes you feel so nice and relaxed. It makes you feel deserving of this personal attention right now because you are. So we've got all of those broad strokes that we've just made, and most of those marks of love have seeped into you. There are a few up here, maybe some right down here. A few little markings. Maybe some doubt is still lingering behind that's preventing them from sinking deep within you. So we're going to give them a little extra help, okay? Again, just use this little bit right here to just give them the extra love that they need. That's right here. We've got one right down here. Right here in the center. Over here. Up here. Let's see. Are there any others that we've missed? Or maybe can you feel any that I can't see? I want to make sure that you've absorbed all of the love that we've shined on you. I see. Yeah, I think you do have one right there. Thanks. Oh, okay. Right here? Perfect. Is that it? Do you think? I think let's give it a quick once over just to make sure that we hit everything. All right. Beautiful. I don't know if you can tell, but again, your face looks the same way it does, or just about the same way it does, or it did when we started, but you've got a really lovely glow about you. I think it's from all that love we shined on you and covered you with. All right. Now, again, just to make sure everything is set, I'm going to just gently pat and press my hands all over your face. Just for a final touch. To make sure all of the love is settled. again, remember, if you ever have those doubts, and I know especially around Valentine's Day, you know, if you're someone who looks at Valentine's Day from the traditional romantic aspect, you know, if we don't have a romantic Valentine, it can especially be sort of a harsh, not reminder, but a harsh trigger, for lack of a better word, for really igniting those negative thoughts of, oh, I'm not lovable, or no one cares enough to make me their Valentine, or why wasn't I invited to the Galentine's Day, Netflix binge session with my friends, again, all those different types of love, it can make us question that, but don't let it. There's so much love you're deserving of. And that you do have. And I hope that you're able to recognize it, no matter how hard it might be. But I think once you're able to recognize it at all, it'll be a lot easier to recognize the love everywhere else that is just for you. So, I know this was kind of different. I hope it wasn't too hippy-dippy, spiritual manifest type vibes. But I hope it did make you feel good. And if anything, I hope that it at least relaxed you and took away some of the worries or doubts or just negative thoughts of any kind that you might have. And I want to thank you for spending your time with me as well. All right. So I'm sending you lots of love. And I hope you'll come back for another video. And I hope you have a lovely Valentine's Day and a lovely year filled with